countdown for blast off. X minus 5, 4, 3, 2, X minus 1, fire. From the far horizons of the unknown come tales of new dimensions in time and space. These are stories of the future, adventures in which you'll live in a million, could be years, on 1,000 maybe worlds. The National Broadcasting Company, in cooperation with Galaxy Science Fiction Magazine, presents
X minus 1.
Moonjumper here with a shorter episode of Who Cares What I Think and another installment of Moonjumper's Amazon Reviews. Thank you for that rousing approval from my live studio audience. Well, I mean, it is a recording of a live studio audience, just not one that actually has anything to do with me. Anyway, my last episode was a real-time reading of a written review I had posted on Amazon.com some time ago regarding Gene Roddenberry's Genesis 2 trilogy of made-for-TV movies. Because I figured, why waste an awesomely written review I posted on Amazon when I can just plagiarize myself and reuse it on YouTube? In this Moonjumper's Amazon Reviews, we go a little further back in time to the 1950s, over a decade before the cameras first rolled on Desilu's Star Trek, back when TV was just becoming a thing while radio still ruled the airwaves. In 1950, the National Broadcasting Company, aka NBC, began running a popular science fiction radio drama, an anthology series titled Dimension X, adapting numerous pulp magazine short stories by some of science fiction's greatest names, including Ray Bradbury, Isaac Asimov, Robert A. Heinlein, and the list goes on. The program ran for 50 episodes. Then in 1955, the program was relaunched under a new title, the title most remembered to this day, X minus 1. Running for 3 years to 1958 with an additional 126 episodes. A while back, I was going to take a road trip and I wanted something to listen to in my truck, so I purchased the complete series of Dimension X and X-1, all 176 episodes from Amazon Music, and just loved listening to it for miles and miles. And here's what I had to say on Amazon specifically about X-1. I'm just going to put it up on the screen and read it, it's pretty short. And I quote, "Long before Star Trek, there was X-1, which, as you can see, I gave a full 5 out of 5 stars, something I do not do very often. Let's continue. I first learned of X-1, a 1950s radio drama, as a teenager back in the 80s during a family vacation stop at a Cracker Barrel, when I purchased a 2-sided cassette containing 2 episodes of this classic sci-fi anthology, which I eagerly listened to on my Sony Walkman. Even as a kid, I loved vintage sci-fi. It's always humorous to me that modern writers and modern audiences think that they are so much smarter and so much more sophisticated than anyone that came before them. Newsflash, they're not. We're not. On the contrary, these early pioneers in science fiction literature, we're talking major writers, Bradbury, Asimov, etc., formulated fantastic concepts from their pure imaginations, many of which still hold up today. Furthermore, they created complex characters and plots that were anything but hokey. These are stories that are as thought-provoking as they are entertaining. Good lord, I misspelled entertaining. I spelled it with an I. What the hell? That's embarrassing. Anyway, these stories were ranging from the heavily dramatic to side-splittingly funny. Not because it's old and hokey, but because the writing was sharp and intelligent. Something often lacking in today's mindless, plotless, explosions-heavy CGI extravaganzas for today's oh-so-sophisticated audiences. That old cassette of mine still sits on my shelf in my bedroom, but with only 2 episodes to enjoy. So discovering that Amazon Music had the complete series available in MP3 format, along with its direct predecessor, Dimension X, I jumped at the chance to purchase them both. It's a pleasure to be able to listen to the episodes while I work or drive in the car. An important piece of science fiction history. And as you can see, 2 people found this review helpful. How nice. And so that's it. Just a little blurb about X-1, one of the finest science fiction series in the history of media, in my opinion. One that influenced many of today's TV and movie franchises. We might not even have a Star Trek or Star Wars without the influence of X-1. No pictures, no video, just old-fashioned radio. I purchased my copy from Amazon Music, but this isn't an ad for Amazon. It's available from multiple other sources, and if you are a true science fiction enthusiast, real science fiction with thought-provoking stories every bit as relevant today as they were in the 1950s, then you would be derelict in not experiencing the classic radio drama of Dimension X and X-1. But who cares what I think? From deep in the heart of Texas, I am Moonjumper. Be sure to help this tiny channel out by liking, sharing, commenting, and most importantly, subscribing. And I'll see y'all next time.
X minus 1. Tonight's story, The Man in the Moon.